more pages to this, and I'm sure you can fill in some more blanks there. Basically, on the second page is just a quick sample of how to fill it out. This petition is a little bit different. It has to be a wet signature. It cannot be anything online. Those change.orgs don't work for this. You have to stay within the boxes. If you touch a line in any form or fashion, or they can't read it, it's not legible, then basically it gets thrown out.
Can I be your Vanna White here?
Sure.
Okay, you probably can't see this right here, but we will be using Post-it notes if you're signing with us. But I have this little handy dandy guide. There are there's side pockets on the petition that you will not be able to use. And we have a sheet for you in the back also that will explain it. But we cannot go over the edges, we cannot go under the boxes. You need to make sure that your name doesn't dip down.
I wanted to go ahead and add as well, with the recall petition, there's quite a few different things going out there in the public eye. Not only the online petitions, which are not valid in California, but also there are some other copycats that are trying to split the signatures. There's only one approved recall, and that is with ranaf.org. Anything that doesn't say Erin Cruz on it or doesn't have the ranaf.org is not approved. The SOS, which is our Secretary of State, Alex Padilla, oh Lord. So he is setting us up for failure, and I think some of these people that are involved are probably people that are put in place to separate our signatures, kind of like they did with the governor.
So all that information is on here.
Yes, and if you go to the website, there wasn't enough to print out. I mean, we have so much stuff on the website. It's ranaf.org. It's on actually this 2-page form that you have here. Should be right on the bottom. It's very big lettering. This is recall Gavin Newsom sign now at. That's where you want to go to look at all of that. You can also download extra petitions if you need. Big thing is your petitions have to be on an 8.5 by 14 legal form.
And I'll go ahead and interrupt there too.
Okay.
That Diane and I will have extra petitions that are already run off. You don't have to go. They're all legal. It's okay. So the information on this sheet, which you will get at the door in rolls, the petition is here. This is the petition. So there are 2 copies of petitions here, enough for 6 signatures. We want to challenge everybody to at least get 3. And if you can get 6, that's great. And if you make a mistake, call Diane or call me, and the number is on this paper, and we will give you as many as you want. Also, when you leave, I have 200 other additional petitions in a box by the door that you can take, and don't worry about messing them up. We mess them up all the time. It's better to be messed up than to send it in with a little doubt. I mean, it's better not to. Then just do it. Just take them. Take as many as you want, and we'll just run off more.
And if there's a problem on one of the forms, that's okay. Still turn it in. We have an audit team in San Diego that's actually going through them before we hand them off to Alex Padilla. If there's a problem with them, we'll send them back with a blank form with the instructions of what went wrong.
Okay. Also on this petition, there is a bottom part you do not have to fill out. We will fill that out, Diane and I, if you turn them in to us.
Yes, you had a question? I'm sorry.
Can you use whiteout?
We're saying not to.
You can't use whiteout, you can't cross anything out, you can't pass the lines. It has to be, if you remember the old forms when you used to do the DMV signatures where they said you couldn't go past the lines, this is the exact same form. So you'll be able to see, we'll pass them around. You'll be able to see that it has to be very, very small. And then there's 2 lines for the address. Again, I'm not sure why they didn't stick it on 1 line, they split it up between 2 lines. It's, again, setting us up for failure. But we didn't have any control of the way that
this was approved by the Democrats.
Yeah. So Alex Padilla had full access to be able to authorize this.
Yes.
Should a person go over the line, such as I recall I did last night because I wasn't aware? Can I sign another one and not be invalidated because I've got 2 signatures out there?
Are you on a petition with other signatures?
Yes.
Okay, so I would say turn that in and let them audit it first and then send it back to you. Because once they invalidate you, you can send another one.
Oh, you have to wait to be invalidated.
We want you to be invalidated first, so it doesn't look like you're trying to
Right.
put one over on somebody.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's one county per sheet, and you have 3 signatures per sheet. Each signature is 2 separate lines.
Am I to understand you cannot, when you fill it out, right, you can't touch the line where the information is expected from you?
Correct.
Is that correct?
Correct. It has to be basically the center of the
The
box.
center of the box.
And very small, legible writing. You basically have to be minions to write.
Black pen,
Yeah.
ballpoint, no Sharpies,
You can send in a form that's 1 signature. Sometimes people prefer that so that there's no questions. You can definitely send in 1 signature per
36
form, not a
years old,
problem.
you can't fill it out.
So if we signed a petition earlier in the year that was online, those are invalid, now we need to sign up on this one.
So,
That was mostly interest, wasn't it?
so basically,
Yes.
the change.org is basically to find out almost like a polling. And then, but in California, your petitions have to be a wet signature and have to be on hard paper. If it's not done on the legal form that's been approved, none of it's ever valid.
So when we recall Gray Davis, all of this applied? So we did it before, we'll do
yeah.
it again?
It was, but it wasn't on this big crazy form, and we didn't
Of
have,
course.
yeah, there's quite a few things that were changed.
You
yeah.
were involved in that.
I was involved in that as well, yes.
You were?
Yes, I was.
And it wasn't as.
I'm not as young as you guys think I am. I have a 24-year-old daughter in college.
Oh my gosh.
She looks 24.
So, yeah, so we were involved in that. It wasn't as crazy as it is now. There's a lot more guidelines and stipulations. We could use whatever color we wanted back then. No, touching the line was no big deal. This has just been like 10 times worse. This particular recall has been horrible.
Of course, it's Democrat.
Yeah.
I think it's also valid to mention that you might be hearing about another recall.
Yeah.
And it's put out by a doctor in La Jolla, Dr. James Feldmeyer.
Exactly.
And he's wanting to join forces with Erin, but his petition has not been approved.
That's correct. He's not trying to join forces because we've asked him to do that so that we can collect signatures all together. He basically told us that he wants to do it himself. So splitting the signatures, I'm not going to give my personal opinion on that. I just think that if he was really in it for the cause, he would have backed ours because it's already been approved.
Right.
He's also asking for money, which you don't ask for money prior to the recall. You ask for money during the recall to pay for paper, printing, marketing, and stuff like that. You don't do it prior.
So if his is approved, which he is saying it will be on September 30th, I believe, you might be hearing about another one. So I don't know what Erin Cruz is suggesting, but a lot of people are saying sign them both.
So basically what we're saying is if you're unsure and you're just not wanting to pick a side, which the side is California, first of all, let's get that out there. We are pro-California, we're not anti-anything here. What we wanna make sure is if you're in doubt for any reason, sign both. What is it gonna do wrong?
Because they're different petitions.
Yeah, different petitions for the same recall, but the problem is they don't count together. So if you're again questioning it, always sign both. It's better to sign both than not at all. And if you're worried about ours, what if ours doesn't make it but his does? Sure, sign both of them. Absolutely. I wouldn't exclude one of them though if you're like really worried about it.
And if you also choose to do some collecting of petitions, one of the things that I've been hearing is people are very successful if they don't have signs out that say Trump 2020, or you wear Republican shirts, because this is a nonpartisan recall. And maybe you can share, Valerie, about your experience with Democrats signing.
Yeah, so I actually was standing out, I'm a drop off and pick up location during the week, and then I also do petition tables during the week, and I'm doing this 7 days a week, in addition to my full-time job. But what I've done is I was sitting outside waiting for my next appointment to show up at my home, and a couple came up to me and were asking what I was doing, so I explained to them, and they're like, kind of sour faces, and I said, oh, well, what party are you? And they're like, oh, we're Democrats. I'm like, okay. And they're like, so why would you say we do this? So I gave them key points with evidence. I pulled my phone out, my little handy dandy phone, showed them evidence and said, did you know this is happening? Did you know this is happening? Their faces dropped. They immediately said, give me the petition, let me sign. And right in front of me, they wanted to know how do they change their voter registration status. They're now Republicans. That's a nonpartisan issue for sure. Nobody comes around and says, hey, what party are you from? We're gonna tax you differently. It doesn't happen like that.
Just curious, what issue was the biggest hit? to get 'em?
Basically, the criminals being released into your community,
Okay.
and then also being taxed on everything. We were making a joke about how they're gonna tax us to breathe. Basically, they can find anything, water, you know, car tax, anything at all.
Okay.
You look somebody the wrong way, you're gonna be taxed.
The syringe thing.
Yeah.
Were there any other questions? Okay, so before you leave today, by